I've worked with hundreds of families looking to pull the pin and get started in retirement. I've seen so many questions, concerns, and issues come up, and so many of them are common across everyone I meet. You'd be surprised to know there are 10 key things you can do to set yourself on the right path, and in this video, I'm going to go through those 10 things and why they're so important for you to consider before you pull the pin and get started on retirement. If you're looking to retire in 2025, here's the 10 most important things you need to do. 1, go look at your MyGov account. Now, this might sound a little bit boring, but MyGov is probably the most important application, access, source of information that you can have. So MyGov will have information regarding your superannuation balance, your contribution limits, whether you have any carried forward contributions, but can also link in your ATO portal, and most importantly, send a link, make it significantly easy to get access to those benefits and to apply for them as well. The second one is go and review your superannuation fund. And in most cases, you're going to be better off by consolidating them, particularly as you get closer to retirement. It's so often that people have 2, 3, 4 superannuation funds. What this means is that you're duplicating fees, and you've probably got things happening and paying for things or overlap of things that you don't really need. And importantly, in this case, fees for superannuation balances are generally higher on lower balances. So all those small accounts you have actually costing you more than having it all within one. Specifically here, find a superannuation fund that's right for you and exactly what you're looking for. Do you want control? Do you want transparency? Do you want to know where your income is coming from? There's 3 different types of superannuation, which we've discussed in another video. Each one is suited to different people in different stages of their retirement. And don't think you need to stay in one for the entire length of your retirement either. 3 is go and put all your assets, this is outside of your home, put all your investment assets on a single page. And I suggest doing this at least once a year. So write down all your investments, write down all your superannuation accounts, and a big one here, particularly if you're running your own share portfolio or investing in ETFs, is take a fresh look at this portfolio. And if you wouldn't buy any of those things if you're starting fresh with cash in the bank today, then why would you be holding them anymore anyway? 4, and this is probably one of the most surprising ones that I'm a big proponent of, is go and do a life expectancy calculator. Even the comments on these videos and on our YouTube channel talk about the fact that most people don't live beyond 80. This is actually incorrect in the majority of cases. So historically, life expectancy tables have shown that men live to 81 and women live to 85 in Australia. But what's most interesting is more and more data and more actuarial analysis coming out that shows if you're 65, you actually have a 50% chance of living past 90. That really changes the game. Your money's going to have to last longer. You're going to have to make decisions that are on a 25-year time horizon, not 5 or 10, like a lot of people think. The 5th one is go and review your asset composition. Do you have the right mix of assets to generate the passive income that you need in retirement? So do you have too much in residential property or commercial property? What I've found is most important when you're trying to build a passive income in retirement is having resilience and having multiple sources of income. And referring to the previous one, if you're going to live for another 25 years or you have a 50% chance of living beyond 90, well, growth and growing your capital is going to be as important as generating an income. And that's because we're able to rebalance your investments or sell a portion of the growing assets in order to ensure you've always got enough cash to meet your income requirements. And this is a good distinction because you don't want to be relying solely on what dividends or distributions are being paid in retirement. Rather, you want to rely on the entire returns that you're getting every year from all of your assets put together. 6 is go and cancel your dividend reinvestment plans. In retirement, income is what you need. Automatically reinvesting into investments, regardless of how they're performing or what you think about them, is not the best outcome in our view. A bigger impact of this is that if you're reinvesting distributions across all your investments and your one portion of your portfolio is doing well, for instance, say global shares are doing incredibly well, reinvesting those dividends is going to mean that they're getting higher and higher weighting within your portfolio, putting more concentration, therefore more risk and more reliance on those assets to generate your income in retirement. And the last thing we want is to be relying on a single asset class or a small group of companies to generate that income. The next is go and commence that pension. If you're over 60 and you've stopped work, or if you've turned 65, just commence that pension. You'll save significantly on tax, and what's the most important thing is having after-tax income available to you. You can use that pension to replace your income, and if you're not spending it all, you're still able to contribute back to superannuation until you turn 75. We've only got 3 left to go here. The next one is go and review your life insurance. In most cases, if you've turned 60 or 65, it will be incredibly expensive. And in the majority of cases, unless you've got a big mortgage or young children, it's not going to be relevant. It's going to be too expensive, and it's probably time to consider self-insurance. So the big question here is, do you still need that life insurance? The 9th one is go and check your concessional contribution limit. Do you have the ability to carry forward contributions you haven't made in the last 5 years, or does your spouse? And is there a way that you can utilize those tax deductions? Are you looking to sell an investment property, or are you looking to transfer some of your personal assets into superannuation? Concessional contributions and carry forward give you a dollar for dollar tax deduction, which can reduce your taxable income and get more and more money into superannuation. And the last one is max out your non-concessional contributions. If you're near 60 or 65, the more money you get into superannuation, the better. If your balance is under 1.9 million, you can get $120,000 into super each year. And you can also bring forward 2 extra years, so $360,000 each into super each year if you happen to sell a property. So rather than go back through those, I appreciate any comments, feedback, send it through. Please subscribe to the channel and reach out if you need advice.